Hey, what's up? This is Modern Prepper, and today I'm going to be talking about how to spot mushrooms. Now here is a good spot to check. There's this dead branch on the ground here. Usually a lot of times if you remove dead stuff underneath it, typically, pull this up and look, typically you'll see some mushrooms growing out of the dead stuff in here. And today we're not as lucky. I don't see anything. I see a gigantic insect body, like a shedded body, exoskeleton, right there. I found some more deadfall stuff on the ground here. So I'm gonna look through it, but it kind of looks like there might be an animal living in there. I don't want to disturb his home if that's the case. Still no mushrooms. Then we'll try again. So we're gonna go through this dead thing. There might be something growing off of it. Still think I'm just still a little too early in the season. It's not quite fall. It's been raining, but it's not quite the moisture levels that we need it to be at. If any of you are wondering, this is just my yard I'm walking through. I got 7 acres out here. So I'm just kind of digging through, doing mushroom hunting. I have actually found quite a few morels out here before. I was able to make a couple meals off it, and they were tasty. So yes, if I could learn how to farm mushrooms, I would. I'm currently building a greenhouse, so maybe I'll consider growing mushrooms in there too as well, who knows. So a lot of you probably wondering, well, I don't have, maybe not a lot of you, but for the new subscribers, I keep my face hidden because I don't know what the future is going to look like. There could be one day they decide that anybody that ever is, spoke out against anything could be considered a terrorist, and all of a sudden they just look over my YouTube videos and they decide, oh, this guy's a terrorist. It just gives them one more step to try to figure out who I am. So as I was sitting here talking and kind of looking around here, there's some, looks like what kind of like turkey tails. I'm not really 100% sure what these are. I think I'm going to look them up when I get back inside, but if you look, very solid. Huge. Look at the size of this thing. I think it is a turkey tail. I don't know, but there's a bunch right here. I'm not really sure what type, but look at this. And we have a dead standing tree here. So there you go. There's your indicators. I went over to this dead tree. As you can see, the mushrooms are just growing like crazy out of this thing. Here, I'll walk around and I'll show you. Spider webs. There's some more down here. Just kind of all in the dirt back there. So yeah. Oh, we found this guy too. See what I mean by deadfall? Ooh, I think that's a turnip. It would make sense why we're finding more mushrooms back on this corner of the yard. It's because this side just seems to maintain more moisture in the ground for whatever reason. You can see the ground is still kind of wet from the last rain we had. This looks like a turkey tail as well. If you find these birch trees, which tend to rot very easily, you're almost always going to have something growing off of it like that. Just basically like tumorous growth. But yeah. So when it comes to IDing what kind of mushroom species you have to be aware of what you're looking for. Just like there's very distinguishable marks or what they look for when they ID plants. It usually goes off leaf structure, and morphology, as they say. Basically the same thing applies to mushrooms as well. There's very distinct morphology for each species, and some can kind of biomimic other ones and so forth. So you'll have mushrooms that look almost identical the same, but there might be some very slight difference between them. But a lot of the books that you get on the subject, if you get mushroom species of northern Montana, or you just find a book, mushroom species of northern Florida, for example, they're going to tell you exactly how to identify it usually. So my recommendation too, if you're going to get books, get science reference books, or field reference is another way to look it up. So if you do a Google search for field reference plants in wherever you might be. I'm in Arizona. Okay. field reference for plants of northern Arizona. And you will definitely find a book for your area. That would be my suggestion. So I found this other mushroom just sitting on the ground, and I seen this one kind of right next to it, so we're gonna pop it out. Oh, you know what? This might be one of those puff balls. Let's poke it. Nope. Ew. Stinks. That's definitely not a puffball. Got another one of these guys. I don't know what it is. It might even just be like a turnip mushroom. Black on the inside. That means it's past spore. Whatever it is. And this is the greenhouse I'm building. This is my garden. Corn didn't do shit this year, so I pulled it. We had a lot of slugs, fruit trees. Yeah, just to show you guys that I'm about it. And there you go, some more of these guys that like to grow out of stumps. I'm not really 100% sure what species these are as well, so I'm gonna just look these up when I get back. And I did actually find some different mushrooms right here. I think they're the same species as the other ones that grown off the dead log. You will catch that quite often, is you'll have similar species in the area because their spores become airborne, and then they can basically spread their seed to other areas. All right, just a quick recap over the stuff we talked about. When you're going out looking for mushrooms, there are three main factors that you want to consider. The first is your seasonality. If you're not in the right season, you're not going to find the right mushrooms that you're looking for. That's just that simple. Second factor is you're looking for food for the mushrooms. So you're looking for dead standing or dead fallen trees, or even an area where there's a ton of pine needles or any kind of duff on the forest floor. Okay, and your third indicator is going to be your moisture content in the air. So if you are near a stream or a body of water of some sort, obviously the moisture level is going to be higher. You're going to have higher humidity. That's going to play a role or a factor in how well your mushrooms are going to grow in that area. Of course, this also falls back into the first one, the seasonality. So really it just kind of goes in a circle here back to the original concept. Get reference books for the area you live in and study the species until you know the names of every species that you know is edible. Do not eat anything unless you are 100% sure that that species is edible and there's no mistaking it. Thanks for watching. This is Modern Prepper. Don't forget to subscribe and like.